I've definitely seen that to be just incredibly useful for me as well. So thanks for sharing that. Tahir, we're about to go ahead and change things up a little bit. Are you ready for the quick fire section?
Let's do it.
All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you can just come back at us and let us know with just 1 to 3 sentence answers what your opinion is on each of them. So how about we go ahead and start off? How do you describe what an actuary does to other people?
Well, I try to give an example that they can actually relate to. So, for example, I'll say, how much should an insurance company charge you for health insurance for the next year? Well, if I know how often an average person gets sick in a year or needs surgery, and I know how much it costs each time you have to go to the doctor, I can figure out what the average premium should be for a 1 year policy. And people get engaged when you give them an example and you confirm that they understand each step and they can actually relate it to themselves.
Oh, that's great. What is the best advice you have ever received?
One of my senior managers told me that after a client works with me, I want them to think, where have you been all my life? So if you don't have clients, you can think of your boss as your client, but try your best every time, pay attention to and address every little detail, and do such an awesome job that other people want you on their team.
Think, where have you been all my life? I love it. It's perfect, it's simple, and it's like just so actionable. So, Tier, is there a resource, some kind of book, an app, or something like that that you found useful throughout your actuarial journey?
Yeah, in particular, I found Actuarial Outpost to be very helpful for the exams. So if you don't know anyone that's taking the same exam as you, there are other people on there who can help you out. So for some of the FAP module assessments right before you get your ASA, you can actually ask other people for help. And I formed a Google group of some random people I met on Actuarial Outpost that were taking the same assessment as me the same weekend I was taking it, and it was really beneficial.
No, I really like that. I mean, for me personally, I really think that having a community of people that are going through the same experiences or have gone through that really does make a difference. So I'm glad you're able to find that. And Actuarial Outpost Pro Socialites will include a link to this in Tahir's interview summary. You can find that at psljourney.com/Tahir Kadir. That's TAHIRQADIR. And we'll go ahead and make sure that we include that link. Thanks very much, Tahir. So, Tahir, I'm going to go ahead now and ask you one other question here. And I really like this question. I'm very interested in your response. It's a little bit of a long one, but hopefully, Obi, you can deal with me as I go through it. So, Tahir, imagine you woke up tomorrow and you're at the beginning of your actuarial journey all over again. You still have all the experience and knowledge you currently have, but you knew no one and you had no exams. And let's go ahead and add a cherry on top. You didn't have a job as an actuary yet. What would you do in the next 7 days?
I would definitely find an actuary to talk to. If I was in college, I would ask my math or actuarial department advisor to get me in touch with an alum who was working as an actuary. And then I would ask that actuary for advice. So I would learn what they're doing at their job, how they prepared for exams, what activities and preparation, they recommend take undertaking during college to get my resume ready for an application, interview tips, how to be successful in the workplace. The best way to learn how to do something is to get help from someone who has already done it.
Absolutely, Tier. It's exactly why I wanted to create this community here because there's so much information. There's so many people who've already done these things, and it's just so much easier. Like you had said, trial and error. It's a lot easier just getting good advice from good people who've done it. So thanks for sharing that. So Tier, we're kind of at the end of our conversation, and it's been an absolute pleasure for me. I want to make sure that we give you one other chance to just give any kind of information or any other kind of advice you'd like to share with pro socialites out there.
I would say be confident in yourself. When I think about the actuaries that I want to be like, they're always confident in themselves, they're confident in me, and they encourage me to achieve my goals. So if you love being an actuary, your passion and your confidence are really going to propel you through the exams and your career.
Absolutely. Passion, confidence, and really just looking inwardly and finding that within. I really just appreciate that comment to here. Uh, I want to go ahead and just say thank you very, very much for making time today to talk here. I know that this has been incredibly useful for me, and again, as I said, as a mentor and a good friend of mine, I just want to just say thank you. I think that there's been some absolutely valuable insight shared today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was my pleasure.
Hey, pro socialites, are you interested in or thinking about becoming an actuary? Do you have questions about what an actuary actually does or how best to prepare for exams? Are you looking to be part of a community of successful actuaries and actuarial students sharing their lessons learned to help one another succeed in the profession? Well, then come be a part of the Pro Social Learning community. Visit psljourney.com and find interviews, webinars, blog posts, online courses, and everything else that we can provide, all geared to help you succeed as an actuary. Definitely let us know if you have any questions or if you're interested in sharing your journey on Pro Social Learning. Just go to psljourney.com/questions or send an email to questions@psljourney.com. Are you ready to embark on a journey? Let's do this.